the pathway, today's speech, the pathway is engaging humor. The objection of speech is worst and the best. And the title of speech is inspire your audience. So let's wait for Patsy to inspire us. Let's welcome Patsy.
What if you one day you walk into a Toastmaster club, it's the first time that you visit, and I was situated in the basement, and with a scattered chair around a pool table. And they are proud that this resemble the year of 1920s, the Toastmasters founders. What if you found that there's only 10 members and the majority of the seniors? Well, I am a senior too, but most of them are men. What if at the first time that you visit, you start to hear the people are shouting and screaming in front of your nose? Will you join that club? I did. At my home club, at the Phoenix. 2 years ago, the coach walked into that club in the basement, and he said there the members start to associate with him, and they try to find out his name, and then they start teasing, stealing, and he was just so pissed off. He literally just walked onto the whiteboard and wrote down his name there, big letters, Sterling. Well, from time to time, we did have some gifts, but they never returned. And by the way, there was a loyal guest named Michael, the flower man in his age of 70s. But every time he went to the meeting, he would sleep all the time in the meeting. I think it's either too comfortable or it's just trying to escape. I was that time in Canada and delivered my speech. The first time I experienced a primary meeting in my life, and no screen, and no projector, no microphone, no laptop, and simply just one mobile phone from a member. I feel myself was a baby being toasted by those masters. But something changed. I came back to Taiwan. Upon finishing my last speech, to finish up my entire pathway, somebody showed up the door. I was the evaluator from China Toastmaster Club. That was Philip Lee. First time I understood I have been valued. COVID made everything so terribly, just like everybody else. Happy Phoenix moved into online meeting, but the chaos began. Everybody can start to hear those door banging, children crying, spouse shouting, whatever in the noise background. There's so much frustration that had that thing for many, many weeks. So I started to volunteer to educate and foster those members by telling them that mute your button when you are not talking and unmute when you are speaking. So we start to learn, share the screen, virtual background, spotlighting, everything together. However, we still wanted to go back to the physical meeting, as many of us just wanted to go back to meet in person so badly, but never be able to make it because the online meetings sometimes can turn everything into verbally physical. And this is something changed. I can't even cannot my home club too much because the year when June Lee, the president, took over last year, that was a remarkable year for Taipei Phoenix. He actually sets the fire on the Phoenix two great birds. And what he did was the first thing when he turned into the president, he used his power to ask his son to join. Then he used his charm to ask few of his EMBA classmates to join. Wow, we got new members. Wonderful. But that wasn't enough for him. He also paired up with a VPN, searching on those online people who are interested in learning English. That he created this avenue in learning English in the Zoom. You know what they are studying? Once I was bumping into their Zoom meeting. Those senior members actually studying Toastmaster magazines. That was hilarious to me. You ask those non-members to understand the terms of table topics, SAA, VPE, VPCR. All rivers run to the sea. Eventually, all those members, those friends became members this year. That makes things so remarkable under his leadership. But friend, a friend in need is a friend indeed. As a matter of fact, there are two friends from China Toastmasters. One is our coach Sterling, who constantly helping out, and he puts out the fire. He's a peacemaker. He inspires all the members. And his slang of the day is a learning tool for us to learn, keeping up the English learning mode. And another best friend is Yu, who out of the helping constantly come to our meeting, become a language evaluator. So bring our level to the next era. Today, I am going to show you as a seeing, as leading, there's something that we just received lately. Congratulations to my home club president. That is the Distinguished President Distinction Club Award. I want to share with all of you my China Toastmaster Fellows, because that demonstrates the best way to help a club to grow. Usually I would say, together we go far. I would say, together we are strong. Toastmaster, good evening.